Okay, what's going on?
Mom's stuck in the bathroom.
She's what?
The handle fell off the door.
It fell off on this side too.
You're kidding me.
That was a close call.
No.
Guys, this was on the ground. I was like, oh, because I can't fit out that hole. Oh.
There is a saying that sometimes you need to go one step backwards in order to take 2 steps forward. This is particularly true when you jump into something that is super bold and outrageous. It's a type of saying that keeps you going when you are in the middle of a transition, or what we affectionately call the suck. Over the last 6 years of full-time travel, we have definitely felt this feeling a time or 2 or 3.
What's the one thing you're gonna miss most about being in RV, Avalon?
Not the dishes.
But the promise of something amazing around the corner is what keeps us going. Now, for the last 6 months or so, since we've been on Friendship, adapting to a Liveaboard lifestyle has had its challenges. Breaking things, getting them fixed, and then breaking them again, and having other things break seems to be the norm. It can drive you to feel like you just want to jump in the water to break up the insanity.
Oh my God!
But eventually, with the unexpectedness of a warm day in February, things start to come together. Call it boat magic or just hard work paying off. Join us as we begin to see the light at the end of the tunnel as our cruising launch date gets 1 week closer.
Good morning from another glorious day here. Listen, the sun is out.
It's warm, Will.
It's warm. Look at outside. It's, well, you can't see. It's just a big white blur.
I wouldn't say it's warm, but look, it's warmer. I'm not sleeping in my hat. Logo has short sleeves on. He just came in for a snuggle. Mwah. How are you doing this morning? Yeah, I feel the same way. So today, I think we are going to clean the boat because I'm almost embarrassed to admit this, but we cleaned it, I think, 2 weeks after we had it. I was out there scrubbing because I saw some spots on it. And then ever since then, we've been buried in work and learning and all this stuff, and we haven't cleaned it. So it is disgusting out there. So we're going to clean the boat, and I think you have some boat projects you want to do, right?
There's a couple things we have to do. Little things we wanted to do before we left the dock. It's coming real soon, so.
Yeah, how long before we leave the dock?
Like a week and change.
Well, Brad comes in a week, and then we leave probably about, I don't know, a couple days after he leaves. So maybe like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's right around the corner. Are you excited to leave the dock?
Yeah.
Are you excited for breakfast? Mm-hmm. Me too. Let's eat.
Our life on the boat so far has resembled the life we had when we were living in the RV for 2.5 years. We wake up, get to work, try our best not to get on each other's nerves. Pretty much that's rinse and repeat. But the boat gives us something that the RV could never afford: space. So Largo and I just finished doing the dishes, and we had a good bit of a laugh. Let's reenact it. You ready, Largo? We were like this, back to back. I'm cooking, he's doing the dishes, and I had a little laugh of like, oh, this is so tight. And then I reflected on, well, it's actually not that tight compared to when we lived in the RV, and basically Largo and half of Avalon could fit in the kitchen when they were doing the dishes, and no one else could be in there to cook at the same time. So for people that have said, oh my gosh, how can 4 of you fit on such a small catamaran? It feels huge, and the kitchen feels really huge, right?
And Avalon has the ensuite kitchen right back there.
Yeah, she's right there, and since she's a growing teen, she has access to the refrigerator and has a special food compartment, like cold storage thing in there. So this morning, Largo and I are gonna make pancakes together, and I just gotta clean up this mess because yesterday, here's an awesome novice boat thing. Largo was out there spraying down the boat, so I knocked on the window, I was like, hey! And he turned the hose on me. And last time we opened the windows, it was my fault. I didn't latch it down properly, so all this water came in here, all over the spice jars, all over our grippers. And so we kind of had to dry it all out. So now I'm trying to get it organized back in here. And so for many of you, you've asked about this mysterious spice rack. You've sent awesome suggestions. And the thing is, we don't really want to adhere anything to the wall or put something on the counter. So what we would love to do is get another one of these racks right here and put it up top. But believe it or not, this is quite expensive. So we're gonna wait until we can get to a country that maybe can make it a little less expensive or find a hack of some sort.
Or maybe we make it ourselves.
We could make it ourselves. I like that. That's gonna be your homeschooling project for the summer. But every now and then, if we all wake up in the right mood, sometimes waking up to a family breakfast can break out into a full-on dance party.
start, please?
Seriously? No, no. I can't wait for this. I know you've been starving all morning long.
Oh, I got mine.
She already ate hers.
I got mine
Come on.
first. I'm half done. Now that we have filled our stomachs with a big dessert disguised as a breakfast food, it's time to finally get to the long boat chore of giving friendship a thorough scrub down. We have chosen today to clean the boat. As you can hear, it's particularly windy, but then she'll dry very quick. Wasn't really planned that way. We'd prefer to do it on a not so windy day so that you guys can hear us chat about it. But this is what we've got, and this is the only time we have to clean her. So,
when we bought this boat 6 months ago, it was pearly white. I mean, it was like as pristine as you want. Our surveyor said he's never seen a cleaner boat in his lifetime. I imagine if he saw the boat today, there would not be the same sentiment expressed.
Have you heard about the free man who chained himself?
This is great. I accidentally got some on me and now mom's like just taking over. You know, you should be doing your part. I want you to run over here. How's it going?
It is a little bit windy today, but it's not that cold. So we're taking our best attempt at a spring tan. to go
you're in
on.
a t-shirt, and I've got a hat, a hood, and a coat on.
It's like a whole transformation.
Me?
No, yes, you. This is also our workout time.
There will be a transformation because actually underneath all this clothing there is skin, guys. I know you never see it, but Will and I have some skin underneath there. It's probably quite flabby right now after being covered up and only running, and pretty much that's it for exercise. But anyway, I digress. This is the nastiest part of our boat right here, the steps, because we are constantly coming on and off. When we first got the boat, we would only let people on the boat, like the people that were going to work on it, if they took off their shoes. But we just gave up on that real fast because there were constantly people working on the boat. So I'm going to bring it back to its glory.
Either that or get swept off to like Morocco.
I know, right? I'm right on the edge here. I'm a little nervous. I feel like I should have my life jacket on. As we continue to work on our boat, there is a reality that we have come to terms with. Murphy's Law is real on a boat, and it's an almost certainty. We woke up to find out that our cleaning effort became nothing overnight.
So welcome to day 2 post our cleaning extravaganza, and there's one thing we have to come to the realization of. Is that you clean a boat today, it's dirty tomorrow.
I have glasses on because I'm crying on here. I'm not kidding. Everyone went outside and said, oh my gosh, look at the boat. And I came out and it was far worse than I had envisioned in my head. It's worse than before we cleaned it.
There's a super strange phenomenon that happens around here in which, for some reason, Moroccan sand or Sahara sand, Algerian sand, I don't care what sand, comes all the way over here over the Mediterranean, and it seems to inflict its terror on all the boats that are going on here.
You believe after all we did yesterday?
It's so dirty.
I know.
No, really, I love that sand when I'm walking on it. But
Right.
I don't want it on the boat. It is a mess to clean off. So I guess we're going to have to do it again.
Right, but this reminds us of one thing that we had to do now that we can be outside and it's not windy anymore, that we have to mind all of our ropes. So we have a ton of ropes here, right? So all these ropes need to be taken care of, but we have no idea what these ropes do.
For pizza, push here. For cheese.
That is not what it says.
It's my COVID blues. This is what I wish it says, but it does not. I can't even read it.
We know that this one pulls the sail out, this one pulls it back in. We know that this one is for the Genoa. But the rest of them, they're labeled, but they're not labeled very well.
Again, what does it say? Spin halyard. There we go. And I'm reading upside down. Spare, and oh God, that one just fell apart.
Yep. So they got check this out. I don't know if you can see these things, but these are the old Dymo labels, like old school, like the stuff you'd imagine back in elementary school, back in the 70s. These are there, and they still exist. I can't imagine that they've lasted this long. However,
You weren't even born in the 70s, Will.
No.
How do you know something that old?
but I think at this point that I'm not going to date myself here, but I think at this point that these labels that have been here for generations beyond all, I think they're a little bit outdated. So we have to relabel these things. We have a label maker, a new one.
We have enlisted Avalon, the well, I was gonna say the brains, but you can be the muscles of the boat. I'll be the brains.
I'm both.
Okay, you can both. And she's gonna go up
guys are
there.
the ego.
We're the ego. She's gonna go up there and identify what line is what so that we can label it down here. You ready?
Yep.
So the really cool thing about these ropes, these halyards, these lines that go all the way to the top, is that they're all color-coded. And whoever is the genius that thought of this was a really smart guy, because each one has
I
a
think
different...
it was actually a woman.
It could have been a really smart woman. I wouldn't doubt that in the slightest, because they were quite, you know, they're tasteful, really big time.
Nice design.
I know.
Functional.
So each line has a different color code. So this one's like pink and purple, blue, purple, blue. I mean, each one sort of, you can sort of see them going all the way up to the top. So if we just see one line and it goes and see how it goes all the way to the top, then we can identify what it does. There's a lot of them. They all look alike, to tell you the truth, but I think sort of with the right trained eye, with a 16-year-old eye, because Avalon's that person, she's going to tell me exactly what each one does. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, Avalon, do you see a pink, purple, pink one?
Yes, I see one.
What does that do?
I have no idea, but it goes all the way up to the top.
It goes all the way to top, all the way to the very, very top?
I think so.
Okay, so that would be like a spinnaker line or like a spare. Okay, what about a green, purple, green?
Yes.
Green, purple, green does what?
Seems to go to the top as well.
The blue, purple, blue.
I see it. I think that goes halfway up.
So up to like the middle?
Yes.
So that'll be like for the storm jib?
Yeah, maybe. It goes up to the light, right above the light.
Okay. And then what about, well, the black you can't see. That's for the main halyard. Okay. All right, I think we're good.
So what's the next phase in this equation? Do you know what you're doing?
I've got a heat gun here.
Have you
This
ever
is
used one
brand
of
new.
these before, honey? Oh my god.
It's
You're
like a
gonna melt?
blow dryer. This thing has like several settings. So it's got like a normal sort of, I can blow dry my hair. It's actually not so bad. And then it's got like some super,
it
super
totally
duty.
burnt it.
No, it did not. Stop it. But we're gonna take off these dymo labels with a heat gun. What we realized is that 3 out of the 4 are labeled correctly and 1 is not. And so we're just gonna go ahead and sort of take these off. It's not.
Are you going to take them all off or just leave the ones that are fine on there?
No, we're gonna take them all off. Are you kidding me? We're super about consistency here, and with this guy, we're gonna put some tape style labels. I don't know how well these are gonna stay on, but we're gonna try our best.
They're not staying on my spice bottles that well.
Really?
You think you could heat them and then they kind of melt into it?
That's kind of weird. I don't know if that'll work. But anyway, so this is what we're gonna do. It's gonna be, I've been told that, whoa, that if you go like this, it like bubbles up.
Let's see the results.
Wow.
What is it?
It just comes
Where
right
is it?
off.
Where is it?
And put it on my shirt. Because normally, if you try to take it off, it just won't come off. It's like impossible. So after the heat gun, I essentially just applied a little bit of olive oil to it and then wiped off the excess glue from the plastic. I'm hoping that these things will hold on. They look nice. I don't know if tape is the same as sort of like super adhesive glue, but we'll find out. Maybe if it sits overnight, it'll be just fine. But I'm super impressed. It looks nice. Hopefully it stays. Good morning from the boat. I don't know why I'm so excited right now. Although there is a reason. We're sailing today. This was not a planned sail today. It's funny because as much as we've been on this boat now, we have had our sailing skipper license for the longest time. We haven't sailed much. We've been in lockdown for 375 days.
So it's just because we've had a lot of work to do, and since, like Will said, we're getting off the dock and leaving here soon, we have projects and a lot of business stuff that needs to get done, and then there's only this certain window of days we can sail because it's the Med and it's February and the weather sucks most of the time and we don't want to go out when it's dangerous or volatile. So
It's a reason why we haven't sailed in a while, but we have a reason to sail. It's not because we want to, although we do want to, but it's because we have to.
because we don't typically sail in the middle of the week. The kids have school again today, and Will and I are going to kind of do this on our own with a little bit of help from them. And what are we doing today?
We are delivering a product. We're
delivering a t-shirt.
No, we have a repair that has to be done to our refrigerator. Not this one, but the one outside. It hasn't been working. The temperature sensor has been like gone for forever.
Yeah.
And so there's a guy who said he can fix it, but he can't come to where we are because it's like a turf war. There's another refrigerator guy, but he's not available till March. And he said, well, if you come to where I am, we can do this. So
Now, we can't throw the refrigerator on the bikes because that's our only mode of transportation. The buses aren't running here, and an Uber, I don't think they have Uber here. It'd have to be a taxi, probably around 50, 60 euros. So we just decided
we're going to sail.
We're going to sail there. We're going to deliver the refrigerator. Hopefully, we can repair it on the spot, and then we'll sail back, and we're going to take you guys with us.
And today's sail is going to be a bit of a better one compared to last time. We don't have only 2 knots of wind. We have 5 knots of wind. Baby steps, people. It's very exciting. All right, Laura, you got the front. All right, Avalon, start releasing. All right, let's go forward. Let's get out of here. We actually have a house that moves again.
Are you excited to have left the dock?
I'm excited that we're gonna get this thing fixed because for the last, I don't know, call it 2 weeks, we've been one refrigerator down, which has led us to understand 2 things. Number 1 is that we can live without a massive refrigerator out here, but
2, we don't like to.
But number 2, it's more so that I think we can get more efficient with our groceries.
Pay attention to the road.
We had this thing filled up with bottles beyond belief, like bottles of drinks and so forth and so on. And I think if we can learn to live without these bottles, we can actually store a ton of stuff out here.
Just to be clear, it's not bottles of alcohol.
No, it's not bottles of alcohol.
Maybe it is.
You got ice like summer sky. If you're smart, could kill or die. And now it starts to rain, so let's enjoy it. I can't believe that this is real, and the way you make me feel, you make me wanna sing, and so I do.
It is 1000% crystal clear glass out there. There's not a wave in sight.
I don't want to say I love it, but I kind of do.
You kind of do. Listen, if history's told us anything, if history's told us anything, as long as we have conditions like this, the whole family's happy.
Well, I mean, we've got 5.3 knots right now. I'm thinking it's going to go up a little bit further out. Looks like when you checked it this morning, it was about 10 knots, right?
Around there. But you can never count on the forecast. So we're going to see how we go.
And guys, Will is not like 7 feet tall and I'm 5'2". He's actually on a step here. So I'm more like this. It's so funny because someone made a comment the other day. They're like, how small is Jessica? How big is Will? I'm like, well, it depends on where we are in the space, right?
The reality of this whole situation is that we have about 10 nautical miles to go drop off our refrigerator. And if we don't get a chance to raise the sails on the way there, I'm not too disappointed because the amount of gas we'll spend going there is going to be a lot less than an Uber.
They don't even have Uber here. We'd have to go with the traditional cab.
Yeah, no, it'd be awful. So this is still cheaper no matter what. Eco-friendly boat living.
Yeah, it's not eco-friendly. Or motoring it.
Stop it.
So if you want, I'll be right there. Anything you want for you, my sweetheart. I'll be by your side, and when I do get to see your smile, I'm up in the clouds and now we're apart. It will take a little longer to get.
We're almost at our destination and we called the marina to see where we could dock the boat for about an hour to have the guy come aboard and fix the refrigerator.
D'accord. They close it midday, but the pumps will work.
Okay, so we can park at the pumps?
Est-ce qu'on peut aller et arrêter aux stations de...
Of course, novice mistake, we should have called ahead of time, yes. So we're gonna pull in, we're gonna get some gas, we're gonna tie up there, and then we're going to deal with the refrigerator and then probably turn around and be back on our way maybe after lunch.
You can tell me you're shy. If smart could kill or die, there's no need to rush. If something is meant
You did it. I know you're backlit and you're rushed and whatever, but you did it. You docked us at a dock that was not our home dock, and Brad wasn't with us, and the kids and I did the lines and the fenders. Well, the guy at the gas station did help us a little bit, but Will, look what we did.
And now we have to get ourselves some gas on here because, well, we're gonna pay a little homage to the local location.
This
here.
is our docking fee to park
That's
here
right.
for an hour. Here's the funny thing. I had the kids put out every single fender we had because I was so worried that we wouldn't be able to do this without hitting something. And so look at this. We have like 85 fenders along the side here. All right, Mr. Domenic has arrived to save the day. So hopefully we'll have another fridge fixed really soon.
Yes, the probe is there.
So that's the broken probe.
We try replugging this one. Normally you have the temperature.
So we had to take off the fuse box.
No, yeah, the electronic, I just need few millimeters to take off the box.
Okay.
So I unplug this, put it away. I can put the probe on now.
So in the meantime, we've decided that we don't like our home port anymore. We like this port so much better. It's warmer here. I don't know why. How you feeling, mister? Yeah? It's nice to feel the sun. You know, you realize that when things get back to normal, we're gonna actually sail to places that are this warm all year long. Exactly. And just like that, we are, it's complete. We have a refrigerator that's working.
Now you have to fill it.
And now you have to fill it. That's not gonna be a problem.
Now we have to fill it with food. That's definitely not gonna be a problem. We sent Avalon out to the bank machine to get money to pay the guy, and look what she came back with.
I bring gifts, and oh my god, tales of the outside world.
What's it like out there? Are we in a
There were
place
some
that
British
has people?
kids.
What?
There were some British kids. I was very surprised.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people. Like people at the beach because it's vacation right now in France.
Wow, what was it like to see people?
It was disorienting.
Look, Logo could care less about tales from the outside. He's like, just give me a crep and I'll be a happy boy. Logo's been to the outside. He went to the doctor's appointments with me.
So we have left the dock. It's time to get out of here. I never knew that drive-through service was a thing for boats. This is actually really cool. And he was like a normal lake guy, so it's not like he was like a boat specialist, meaning that he can charge you triple the price.
That was actually really cool and fun and quite interesting adventure for us for them to just go out and play around in the harbor, to just kind of have a destination and a goal, and it actually worked out, and I loved it.
When you have a boat, you use it.
I feel like I went to bed last night overworked, exhausted, not wanting to sail today. I felt really discouraged, and I think it's really hard to kind of just go out, play around, and not have a goal or a destination. Will and I are very goal oriented, so it's been quite difficult. That's not to say you shouldn't practice and whatnot, but we could practice by going, you know, a half an hour, even a 2-hour sail, and start heading east slowly, which is what we're gonna do. And it feels more exciting and interesting, and we can practice along the way. So I'm really looking forward to that in about 2 weeks.
And the weather's cleared up, and so
Yeah.
it looks like we're going to maybe sail back, not motor back.
I think, well, we got 7.8 knots of wind.
It's exciting. It's exciting.
Here's the
it's
thing,
possible.
An attitude and a mood does change when the weather's better as well, and you feel like you're accomplishing things and moving forward. So today feels good.
Don't do that.
Plus, Will brought home some goodies from the grocery store when he went to get
I
money
sure
at the
did.
ATM machine.
I got
helped.
Oh, Avalon did too.
I got
Avalon helped.
salt and vinegar chips. It does wonders for the family.
The world had more of your smile. What if the wind could spread your love?
Let's start sailing, people.
More?
Nice, people.
How's it look? More?
Yeah, these a lot more, but
Give me the wrench. The winch. The wrench. Give me the wrench.
Trees will
all right.
maybe the sun will spread your joy to the ones who lost their hope.
We're pleasantly chugging along this way, and it's not a fast sail. It's definitely not a fast sail. We're going about 2 knots, and there's nothing better than watching your wife just pass out while we sail along. She's been working her tail off lately because we were trying to get everything done, and it just requires us to do a little bit of the burning the midnight oil. So she's taking a little snooze, and the fact that she can snooze while she's sailing is like a step in the right direction. Before she was like chewing on the ginger. I'm really thrilled that this is happening. It's I can only imagine low, slow, lazy days while we're here, and while the kids are at schoolwork. Someone's got to work in here.
Hey, I heard you got a new best friend. Yeah, it hurts a bit. I won't pretend that it doesn't matter that you're with someone else.
How's school going, guys?
I mean, I'm just doing work, so.
Just like that, huh?
Yeah.
Just another day in paradise.
Kind of tired.
Is it? It's making you sleepy?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of tired.
Sleepy too for some reason.
It's the seasickness.
Yeah, like slight seasickness.
Seasickness.
Yeah, seasickness actually makes you tired. Comment down below if that's true.
It is true, I think.
What are you working on for school?
I am researching the 1950s and the 1960s to then
Looks like John
research
Green you're
about,
looking at.
Yeah, well, of course. If I have to choose resources, I'm going to choose resources with people I like in it.
And so with all that, it winds up becoming like this incredible day. What turned into getting the refrigerator fixed and having everything done is now a majestic sailing day.
It's kind of like our errand day today.
I can't believe how lucky we got. I can't believe no one's watching the sea. Hold on a second. Okay. But anyway, listen, there's nothing in this world that we cannot accomplish if we don't put our minds to it. And
If we don't put our minds to it? You mean if we put our minds
if
to
we
it?
put our minds to it. Is that what I said? So, and this has been our journey so far on the boat. Listen, it hasn't been pretty. It hasn't been always fun, but we know that there's like an end game in it, and we know that it's going to be something epic.
Sorry, I gotta get more comfortable.
So we really just need to sort of just take this one step at a time, which I'm really excited about.
I think that, and I want to talk to you guys for just a minute. Oh God, I was gonna take off my glasses so you could see my eyes, but it's so bright here. Will and I, when we started out kind of this travel journey back in 2014, there were a lot of naysayers and people saying you can't do this, you know, all that junk that's all over social media. Will and I have both been so pleasantly surprised that this is our biggest journey yet, and the overwhelming support is like literally 99.99. Like,
And we're going to focus on you because you're the ones that are most important to us.
and we want to thank you so much. But I think it's really important to bring up the other side of this, mostly because of anyone who's watching this who is thinking about doing this in a couple of years, or maybe they're in the trenches of learning and they don't necessarily have the support that they want. We have the support. We're grateful. Thank you so much. Again, we cannot say it enough, honestly. We've had probably under 10 people comment on YouTube about how we're idiots or we're stupid or this isn't for us or we can't do it. And we even last week had a gentleman find us on Facebook and take the time to send us a quite lengthy message about how we're not learning properly and blah, 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 blah. You know, the YouTube, it's one glimpse into our week and one video from our week. We have learned, we did all the book studying. We did about 60 hours on the book studying. We're doing it all. It's just not always, you know, we don't always show it all because some of it's not interesting for you guys. And learning something this kind of comprehensive, we really need to have our head in the game and focus as much as possible. And when we have the camera on, the focus is a little bit less then. I think the message or whatever I want to say at this point, I wish you could see my eyes because I think it's really more the window into the soul, is that when you're learning something this intense, it doesn't happen overnight. I can tell you that, yes, like Will said, there are days that are really awful and you're going to see those and we're going to show you those, but that doesn't mean we're prepared to give up. If you want something in life and you really want it, you're going to have to put in the time and the effort and you're going to have to make it happen. And
with that, we're done with this video.
I think we're done.
We're very grateful to have this journey, this life, this boat of ours that's going to take us all around the world, and you
your
didn't get too
support.
seasick.
And your support, guys.
And all that, and we're also more grateful that Largo took the helm while we were doing this last little segment. Yeah, so with that, we got to go.
Thank you so much. We have a beautiful sunset coming here. We did this today, another day in the books of World Towning out on the sea.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Largo, is that your breakfast?
Oh no, this is only half of it. I'm making another one exactly the same size.
Scalpel. And I am, honestly, I'm famished. I'm so hungry and I'm ready to eat this batter just straight out of the thing. So 40 knots of wind outside. There is no way we are leaving this dock. That's 40 knots at the dock. Who knows what it is out there? Look at Largo. They are the best window washers ever. I love it. Look at Hi, Largo.
This is my dance space. This is your dance space.